Hey everybody, Jeremy here, and in this video I'm going to show you one of the most popular Marvel Select figures Diamond Select Toys has ever released. I'm talking about Carnage. Now when Carnage was first released, it was a very popular figure. In fact, it was so popular that after Diamond Select Toys stopped selling it, fans were asking them, please bring it back. Everyone who missed out on getting Carnage wanted another chance. And in 2016, they got that chance because Diamond Select Toys re-released Carnage for the very awesome price of about $24.99, and you could also have gotten it on Amazon.com for the same or maybe even a little bit cheaper of a price. But now it is gone again. If you want to pick up the Marvel Select Carnage on the third-party markets, expect to spend around 50, 60, 70 bucks for it. I was fortunate enough to get in on that second wave, and now I'm going to show you everything that's cool about this Marvel Select Carnage figure. Now when it comes to Marvel Select figures, you can be sure of a couple things. One, you know that you're going to get good design, good paint, good sculpt. And what's a little bit wishy-washy is the articulation, especially compared to Marvel Legends. But let's take a closer look at Carnage here, and you can see as far as the detail goes, he's got it in spades. Although the paint job is very simple because it's just red, white, and black, it looks really good on him, and what really draws him out are the textures. You can feel the textures inside of Carnage, and he looks and feels really good. Now you see all of these tendrils and stuff that just comes off of his body. That's really cool because all of these are actually removable. These are all little removable accessories, and you can put these in whatever peg hole you want to just sort of get your own design, your own feel. There's really no wrong way to do this because Carnage is just absolutely nuts. So he's supposed to look unorganized and all over the place. The other thing that you can do is you can remove his hands, but instead of giving him fisted hands and open hands and pointing hands, he has weaponized hands. So this left hand here, you know, he's got these spikes on the left hand, and on his right hand it's this blade, like a double-sided blade. But inside of the box you get some more accessories. So he also comes with this other bladed hand. The blades on this hand are longer than they are on the left hand. So, you know, it's all designed for killing stuff fast. And then his other interchangeable weaponized hand is another bladed hooking hand. So you can just put those on the left or the right. It really does not matter, with the exception of the hand. You know, the hand has to go on the right arm, but the weapons do not. And then you also get a couple of these extra tendrils that you can put on wherever you want. It's really just up to you. And you also get a couple more interchangeable heads. So we got the regular Carnage head with his mouth open, but you're also going to get this Cletus Cassidy head with the symbiote just sort of taking over his skull right now. So the tendrils on there, they're a little bit flexible, a little bit bendy, but you can't take them off. It's a really cool Cletus Cassidy head sculpt. And then we just have the classic Carnage head. Mouth closed, kind of got a little bit of a sinister grin on him. Looks really, really good. And even though articulation on Marvel Select figures has traditionally not been very good, Carnage is sort of somewhat in the middle when it comes to that. So if we can just go over it real quickly, first thing I have to point out is that he does have double jointed knees. Now that is a pretty big deal, although he only has a single jointed elbow, but the double jointed knees is pretty awesome. And he can spread his legs out relatively far, and he can move them up relatively far as well. It's pretty good, you know, because Carnage is a bit flexible. He's not as big as Venom, not as bulky as Venom, so it makes sense that he will be more limber. When we look at the feet here, he does have ankle pivot rocking around from side to side, and he can also have a little bit of a hinge on that foot, just a little bit, but not too much. This lends itself pretty well to a stand because you can get some pretty good poses going on here. And as for his head, traditional movement, looking down a little bit of a way, can't look up all that much, a tiny bit of head tilt, and of course left to right 360 degrees. It's easy enough to pop the head off and pop another head back on. And as usual, peg holes at the bottom of the feet so that you can put him on some type of display stand. Looks really good. If you have a Spider-Man, a Marvel Select Spider-Man, or Marvel Select Venom, you can really try to put together like a battle scene. You can make it look like Carnage is leaping towards them. And you have plenty of options to accomplish that because you do have all of these other weapons and of course the interchangeable head, so you can get the exact mood that you want. So You know, Carnage is a very, very popular character who we don't really see too many figures made out of, no matter who the manufacturer of the toy is. And it's great that Diamond Select decided to re-release Carnage for people who weren't able to get it the first time. And maybe they'll release it a third time so that you can jump on it then after watching this review. So it was good value, about 25 bucks, but it's a lot more expensive now. You get a lot of different accessories, and this is a pretty good figure, and surprisingly has more articulation than I would expect from a Marvel Select figure. So he's gonna go back on the shelf where he belongs, and I'm gonna thank you all for watching this video. Got some more toy reviews coming up from new stuff and classic stuff, so if you wanna check those out, be sure to subscribe. And until then, I'll talk to you later.